Alright, welcome to a quick price comparisons update video here on BoobleBrick09's channel. And today we have for you the Lonely Mountain price comparisons update. Of course, this is one of the most exciting sets that we've seen in quite a while. Probably the most exciting one since the Tower of Orthonk, which was last summer? I think it was last summer. Anyway, sorry about the barking dog, by the way. So if you don't know the format, by the way, I do recommend that you check out the other non-update video first. Or no, there hasn't been another update on this category yet. So yeah, check those out first. But if you're not familiar with the format and you don't want to check those out for some strange reason, what we do, or what I do, is give you a quick mini review of the sets, which is much shorter than the regular reviews, and then I'll tell you how it sizes up with the other sets from Hobbit and Lord of the Rings of the same roundabout price. So let's get right to it. Well, actually, by the way, the winner in the last one, of course, was the Tower of Orthonk. If you haven't seen that, this is what that looks like. It's a massive black tower from the Lord of the Rings. But that was obviously the winner since it was the biggest. So I picked a different one that was a little cheaper, because obviously that one was a lot more expensive than the others too. And I believe that the winner, besides that one, was the Mines of Moria. And that's way up there on the shelves, which I can't even... Well, I suppose I can show you a little bit of it from here. That's it hanging over the edge right there. Isn't it amazing? No, at this angle it isn't. But that one's very playable, and it's a fun little set. But is the Lonely Mountain better than that? We will determine that today. But first, let's do the mini review. So you get 5 minifigures in the set. None of them are completely new, but they all come with new outfits. So we have Bilbo with a different blue outfit than we saw in the Unexpected Journey Blu-ray release. Comes with his customary items, the ring and sting. We also get Feely and Keely, both of which I think are more interesting than their original variants. It's nice to get them, but once again, they were not in this scene in the movie. I'm sure that, actually we already know that they're going to get to Erebor eventually, because we saw them marching out of it in the trailer for Battle of the Five Armies. But they're not there yet, and Keely, when the last time we saw him, he was getting very sick and possibly dying. But since we saw him marching out of Erebor, I guess he gets all better because of elvish medicine. And then my two favorite minifigures in the set are Balin and Dwalin, because they come with very, very exciting weapons. And since Thorn does not come in the set, Balin is holding the key. He's got a nice red outfit here, and this very cool club mace thingy. Whatever you want to call it, it's cool. And then Dwalin, he has probably a slightly even cooler weapon because of the translucent green blades, like emeralds or sapphire, I think is the other green one. I'm not up to date on my precious gems knowledge. But overall, 5 very cool minifigures, I think. But then, of course, as a friend of mine, well, I'm sure you all know him, Mithrandir, has said, who will admit that they didn't get this set for just Smaug? Well, I like the rest of the set, but yeah, I got it for Smaug, I'll admit. I don't think LEGO could have done a better job on him, especially since there's not really any Smaug action figures out there besides this. There is one on Hobbit Shop, but it's got limited quantities. I don't think it looks quite as good, and, well, it looks a little bit more like a model than a toy, if you ask me, but I can't really determine from the very small picture that they have on there. But anyway, this they did an excellent job on, especially since there's at least very limited quantities of Smaug toys out there, and who doesn't want a Smaug plaything? I mean, really. So very quickly, some of the stuff he does, he's got 3 tail sections that all move individually, moving legs, unlike a lot of the big figs we've seen lately. Detailed belly, including the missing scale, which if you haven't read the book, I'll just say that becomes very important in the 3rd movie. Just so you know, there is a book, in case you were wondering. Comes with very, very large wings. I guess that the wingspan is about 18 inches across, something like that. And if you don't like how big that is, you can fold up the wings. And of course the wings are in ball and socket joints for maximum posability. And then of course the head and neck is the most interesting part. You can turn the neck all the way around so that you can get a couple of different positions on Smaug's head there. And then that will also move up and down a little bit, not to the side a whole lot. Well, I guess it does move to the side, but also all natural. 3 clicks on the jaw. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess there's 4 different possibilities for how to open his jaws. And he also comes with fire, which does come out. Yes, I see fire inside the mountain, burning the trees that are not inside the mountain, because that'd be weird. And that's what it looks like with the fire in there, and you can tilt that if you want. So very, very awesome job on Smaug, and then claws, 3 claws on each wing move as well. So, even if you don't like the set, you gotta love Smaug. And then as for the set itself, it's okay, probably not the best thing we've ever seen, but it is still pretty good. So how, when you take that into consideration, along with the epicness of Smaug and the minifigures, how is that going to fare with the Mines of Moria? We'll have to see. The only other mini build we get is this little gold encrusted rock with 2 compartments. We got a green wine glass from Barrel Escape and a Morgul blade, interestingly, in the first compartment, and then in the second we just got 3 gold gems. I don't think they're meant to be Morgul blades, but they're dark like Morgul blades, which leads to confusion. And then the actual set does a few very cool things, well, somewhat cool. And then we do get lots of unique, rare, or possibly exclusive pieces in this set as well. Over here we've got a little armor and weapons stands with a hammer, an axe, an anvil, helmet, and a breastplate right there. And for once, we actually can understand how the minifigures get higher up on the set, unlike in a lot of other sets, including the Tower of Orthanc, where there's nothing there, but they can get up somehow. Maybe by jumping through the floor or something. Here's the door that leads into it, and that will open up. Limited stickers, but there's a couple of the ones that are in it. Over here we've got a big cauldron of gold nuggets, which if you press down this, you can throw all 4 of them at Smaug, the terrible, chiefest and greatest of calamities, which is much more fun to say than just Smaug. They really should have named the second movie The Desolation of Smaug, the terrible, chiefest and greatest of calamities. That would have been so much cooler. But I guess that's a mouthful, and they opted for just Smaug instead. Over here we got a little pickaxe, another axe right there that has 2 blades on it. Up here we've got a sliding bucket, moves all the way to the left and right, and then if you turn the cog on the back, it'll go up and down, and there's just 2 gold crystals inside of the bucket. There's, I think that's supposed to be the river of gold that Thorn rides at the end of the second movie on his, I can't remember what he's riding on. Maybe it's a shield or something. Over here is the second half of the set, where we have some stairs that collapse because of this. Right here. And there are some little gold crystals inside there, 2 of them. And that's just sitting there, there's no studs attaching it or anything. And there is the throne, and on top of it, of course, is the Arkenstone, which is 2 pieces of Legends of Chima crystal, and then a printed cap piece on top, and you do get an extra one of those. If you like to, if you have a lot of these, you can make 2 Arkenstones. Or if you're a really big Chima fan as well, and you order some more of these, you can have an Arkenstone army. And then in the set you also get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I believe. 7 of these, I think these are new torch pieces. Not the actual flame, but the torch holding it. And the set is pretty tall, it's just not very long. And after, get some pretty neat design on that. And then on the back, and the sections do detach if you want them to. Right there. And on the back of this, not a whole lot, just a shovel and a little mining area, and you can place the Arkenstone on the jumper plate that's right there. So, that is the Lonely Mountain. So, is it going to beat the Mines of Moria? This is a tough one, because Smaug and the minifigures, as I said, are epic. More epic, and Smaug is more epic than anything that the Mines of Moria has to offer. But what about the sets themselves? That's what I have to really go by. So, what would I say? For value, I'm going to still stick with the Mines of Moria. So overall, I would probably still pick the Mines of Moria. But let's say that there was no such thing as money and you had your pick between the two. Then I would go with this one, because you're getting Smaug and you're getting what is still a pretty cool set. But for value, and in these days that's what most things are going to go by, I would pick the Mines of Moria. It's $50 cheaper, and I think you get roughly the same amount of pieces. You're still going to get a cave troll, more minifigures, and a lot of them are pretty cool. Approximately the same amount of functions, maybe even a couple more. Some of which I think are more fun than the ones that this set has to offer. So, Mines of Moria I still think is going to beat the Lonely Mountain for value. But for the actual set, I think the Lonely Mountain is going to win because of this guy right here, the minifigures, and the set itself to some extent. But if you wanted a clear-cut answer for who's still the winner, or who's the winner period, I would probably go with Mines of Moria, for the reasons I have already stated. So thanks for tuning in. Expect another price comparisons update on Witch King Battle coming very shortly. And then of course, once I do get my hands on Lake Town Attack, or Attack on Lake Town, something like that, and the Battle of the Five Armies, after I do the reviews and all that, I will do price comparisons updates on those as well. So thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time, and my armor is iron. Go away.